People always want to know, how do we live off our investment accounts in early retirement? Dividends. That is one word, but I love to stretch it out. Because imagine waking up every morning knowing that your investment accounts are paying you and you don't have to do anything. In fact, your investments, your stocks can go up and down, but those dividends, oh, they keep coming around. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Hey guys, it's Zaman
and Christina
from Our Rich Journey.
In today's video, we are breaking down everything that you need to know about creating a dividend income stream that can last you for the rest of your life. So let's first start off with talking about what dividends are. Now let's assume that you own stock in a company and that company pays dividends. This means that the company is paying you as a shareholder and it's usually from their profits. It's essentially a reward for investing in their business. Now, dividends can be paid out annually, quarterly, or monthly. So for example, let's say that you own 100 shares of Coca-Cola and they pay a dividend of $1.80 per share annually. That means that you would collect $180 from Coca-Cola in dividend payouts.
So that's really cool. If you own 100 shares of Coca-Cola and they pay $1.80 per share, that means every single year you would get $180. Now imagine owning more shares of Coca-Cola. That means your dividend payouts would be a lot more.
Now, it's important to remember that there are two types of dividends. There's qualified dividends and then there's ordinary dividends. With qualified dividends, these are taxed at a lower, usually more favorable rate, either 0, 15%, or 20%, depending on your income. Now, to qualify, you have to hold the stock for more than 60 days around the dividend payment date. Now, ordinary dividends, these are taxed at regular income, which can be a lot higher. These typically come from certain types of investments like REITs, which are real estate investment trusts. Now, we mentioned the difference between these two types of dividends because we are big proponents of understanding taxes and how to really manage your taxes and keep them efficient with your investments. So understanding the two different types of dividends and how you can be taxed on them is really important.
So the question at hand, how much do you need in a stock portfolio to live off of dividends? Well, let's answer that question.
So the answer actually depends on your annual expenses and your average dividend yield of your portfolio, but here is a formula for figuring it out. What you do is you take your annual expenses, you divide that by your dividend yield, and that equals the portfolio you need. So for example, if your annual expenses are $50,000 and your portfolio has an average yield of 4%, you'll need $1.25 million invested to cover those expenses.
Now, it's important to remember the dividend yields vary depending on the stocks or the funds that you invest in. For instance, high dividend stocks like Verizon or AT&T often yield a dividend of 5 to 7%, while more stable dividend growth companies like Microsoft or Apple only have a dividend of about 1 to 3%.
So don't forget to factor in inflation. So maybe right now, $50,000 can cover your expenses, but 10 or 20 years down the line, you're going to need more money. So you have to create a buffer for your investments.
So what we're going to talk about next is maybe what that dividend portfolio should look like. If you were going to build a portfolio from scratch and you wanted to live off it forever, these are some of the things that you can consider including in a dividend portfolio. The first are including companies from dividend aristocrats. So dividend aristocrats are companies that have increased their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years. Examples include Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, and Johnson & Johnson. Year after year, these companies have increased their dividend.
Next, consider investing in high yield ETFs. So Vanguard has the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF VYM. There's also Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF SCHD and Spider S&P Dividend ETF SDY. These are great ETFs for collecting dividends while also spreading risk across multiple companies. The next way to develop your portfolio is to think about how often you want to get paid in dividends. Like we said, you can get paid quarterly, annually, or even monthly. So if you want that monthly income to come in consistently, check out monthly payers. So these are companies that are going to be paying you monthly dividends. So one example is the Realty Income Fund, but you can find a ton of other examples, but this is just a way to create some diversification in terms of how often you're paid out in dividends as well.
And finally, another source of dividend income to consider can come from REITs.
So for whatever brokerage company that you invest in, check out their REITs. Most brokerage companies have a ton of different REITs to choose from. And again, it's another way to diversify your portfolio and also add that dividend income. Just keep in mind that REITs, again, are typically taxed as ordinary income. So that's something to keep in mind when you're figuring out your tax situation with your investments. Now, keep in mind, when you are developing a dividend portfolio, you want to keep it balanced and diversified. Don't put all of your eggs into one basket because, as we've said before in other videos, dividends can be cut at any time. They can be reduced. You can stop collecting dividends altogether if a company decides to stop paying out dividends. Now, keep in mind, when you're holding a diversified portfolio, you're going to be taxed differently depending on the dividends that you are collecting. So here are a couple of things to keep in mind to help you reduce that tax burden. The first thing is to hold your dividend stocks in your tax-advantaged accounts. So if you hold these types of investments in things like your 401k or your Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, it can allow your money to either grow tax deferred or tax free. And this is really important because if you had these same stocks in a standard brokerage account, even if you are reinvesting those dividends, whenever they get paid out, you would be taxed on them.
Another thing to offset your tax bill is consider tax loss harvesting. By doing this, you offset your taxable income by selling underperforming investments at a loss. So living off dividends requires that you do some good planning to make sure that your dividends truly last a lifetime. Now, here are some things that you can do to ensure that. 1, diversify. Spread investments across sectors like healthcare, tech, and utilities to avoid overexposure. 2, reinvest early. While building your portfolio, reinvest dividends to take advantage of compounding. 3, inflation adjustment. Focus on companies that grow their dividends over time to keep up with inflation.
So if you are excited about the thought of creating a dividend portfolio, start today. We always talk about taking action. And so if you have not opened up a brokerage account yet, make that your first step. The next step is to start small. Once you create your brokerage account, begin looking at different ETFs that you can invest in. You can invest in high yield dividend ETFs for as little as $1. Now, for those of you that are interested in learning more about different ETFs to invest in or index funds or individual stocks and different accounts that you can invest in, definitely check out our stock market investing course. We help you build an entire investment plan that is unique to you. If you're interested in learning more, you can go to ourrichjourney.com, and we'll also leave a link to that in the description below. Now, with that said, after you have opened up your brokerage account, after you've started small, the next step is to track your dividends. Now, you're going to have these tools with your brokerage firm, or you can also use other tools like Simply Safe Dividends or Dividend Tracker to monitor your income.
And how inspiring is that to see your dividend income grow with every investment that you make? Buying your dividends monthly, reinvesting your dividends, it's all going to go into your total plan that could set you up for financial independence living off of dividends. And so we hope that this video has given you some food for thought, something to get excited about when it comes to building a portfolio. Now, there are many ways to live off of your investment portfolio. You can live off of interest, capital gains, and of course, dividends. And so it's important that whatever way you plan on living off of your portfolio, you have a plan in place. And so if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.